Swadika, thank you for joining us on Newsline. We're broadcasting live on NBT, Radio Thailand FM 88, and on NBT World. It's Tuesday, December 2nd, and you're with me, Sandra Hanutsaha. Welcome to today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward, and now on to today's headlines. For over half a century, His Majesty King Bhumibol Adulyadej has initiated many projects to help ease the problems of the Thai people. Monkey Cheek Project is among His Majesty's major projects, and our reporter Banot Sap is down in Chumphon Province to see how the project has helped the people there.
Throughout history, floods on the one hand and water shortages on the other has greatly affected Thailand in the different seasons. One city, Chumphon in the south, always suffered from heavy flooding during the rainy season. At times, a great storm would strike as well, and the situation would grow desperate. The memory of Typhoon Gay, which struck Chumphon province in the year 1989, and tropical cyclones later in August 1997, remains clear in the mind of Mr. Bunchern Damkham, head of the Gambling Nong Yai project in Chumphon province. Mr. Bunchern recently told an NNT reporter that during that time, storm waters brought a 2.2-meter-high flood that disrupted the lives of people living in the province, submerged many individual homes and in some cases whole villages, costing the province billions of baht in property losses. Seeing the problems the people of Chumphon faced in 1997, His Majesty the King called for the completion of the Klong Hu Wang Panang Tak that still needed to be dug for a further distance of 1,460 meters. His Majesty bestowed 18 billion baht on the project to make sure the new canal would be completed before the arrival of the next big storm, which was expected within a month. The people thought that the task was impossible, as they knew that a normal working day was 8 hours long. However, they observed that His Majesty the King devoted 24 hours a day to the benefits of his subjects, and this created motivation among the people of the area to arrange their working schedule so that the digging would also be done 24 hours a day. Through the guidance of His Majesty the King, the canal digging project that would normally have taken a year to complete was finished within just 27 days. It is said the feared storm hit Chumphon the night after the new canal was finished, but its capacity to divert the water saved the people from another devastating flood. As we look further at the Monkey Cheek project, let's look first at why it's called a monkey cheek system. It's the behavioral characteristics of monkey that when it's find banana, it will start to peel each one and put it in their mouth. When it's full, it will slowly bring one out to eat. Seeing these characteristics of the monkey, the king likened it to a style of reservoir, as it refers to taking up a lot of water during the rainy season and slowly using it during the dry season. Every year during the rainy season, the beginning of the rainy season, they will open up this sluice gate to allow the water to come in and to drain water out from the reservoir. The water that released into this canal will be sent to the sea. Later on, when the water in that side is down, they will close the gate so that the rainwater will be stored inside, so that there will be enough water to be used during the summer season. His Majesty the King's Monkey Cheeks project can also be found in many provinces nationwide, where the system helps ease the worst effects of flooding and drought that comes frequently. Such a caring contribution helps lift the quality of life of the Thai people and shows why we Thai people love and respect the King so much. Camera work by Viradet Koshaseni and Banot Sap, NBT World.
Thank you to Kun Banot for that report. And yellow shirt sales are on the rise in all areas of the country as members of the public switch to wearing yellow as December 5th draws near. In Krabi, clothes retailers in the city area are seeing improved sales on all kinds of yellow shirts. Yellow shirts available include the t-shirt type and the polo type. Both types are available with and without screenings of the commemorative emblem or messages about His Majesty the King. Most customers are buying at least 2 shirts, which cost 150 to 200 baht each. In Narathiwat, people are also shopping for yellow shirts. Civil servants and other employees of state agencies are seen wearing yellow shirts to work on Monday. The public sector workers said they would wear yellow shirts throughout December. In Bengan, Provincial Governor Pongsak Parichawit led representatives from the provincial offices of various state agencies in singing the national anthem at the City Hall, after which the representatives signed their names in the well-wishing book for His Majesty the King. In Pisnulok, several merchants at a market in Mueang District have reportedly switched to selling yellow shirts instead of their usual merchandise because of the heightened demand from buyers. Some of the shops are selling more than 100 shirts each day. The Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives is organizing an event to increase public awareness of the importance of water in honor of His Majesty the King on his 87th birthday. Minister of Agriculture and Cooperatives Pitipong Phungbun Ayutthaya has revealed that the objective of this event is to raise awareness about His Majesty's achievements in agriculture through various royally initiated projects, as well as his endeavors in the management of water and soil and artificial rainmaking. The event is held in celebration of His Majesty's 87th birthday anniversary on December 5th this year. Besides related exhibitions, visitors can also purchase a variety of farm products coming from the royal projects. People can visit the event from now until December 6th at 2 venues in front of the Ministry of Agriculture and Cooperatives and at the Sanam Luang Ceremonial Ground. Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha has expressed satisfaction with the meeting with his Malaysian counterpart, during which both sides confirmed to push forward their cooperation, especially in security, trade, and investment. Upon General Prayut's return from Malaysia, government spokesperson Yongyut Mayalap announced that during the official visit to the neighboring country, the Thai premier expressed thanks to his Malaysian counterpart, Najib Razak, for warmly greeting him and his entourage. Among the officials accompanying the premier were Deputy Prime Minister and Defense Minister General Parawit Wongsuwan and Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Affairs Minister General Thanasak Patima Prakon. General Parayut reportedly commended Mr. Razak for adopting a campaign called Vision 2020, which aims to upgrade Malaysia into a fully developed nation, while affirming Thailand's wish to further strengthen the economic partnership between the two countries. During the discussion, the Thai premier placed an emphasis on the topic of border cooperation, particularly in terms of economic development and transport connectivity. He insisted that Thailand was accelerating the establishment of the Sadao Pedang Besar Special Economic Zone at the Thai-Malaysian border in order to increase job opportunities and income for the locals. He also invited more Malaysian investors to come to Thailand while agreeing with the Malaysian premier to increase the bilateral trade target to 1 trillion baht next year. In the field of security, General Parayut said he was satisfied with previous talks with Mr. Razak on the restoration of peace in the deep south of Thailand, and affirmed that the dialogue with all groups would continue with Malaysia as facilitator. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is co-hosting an exhibition of inventions employed by the United States National Aeronautics and Space Administration, or NASA, at Central Lat Prao's Bangkok Convention Center, the largest of its kind that has ever been held in Thailand. According to Manaswi C. Sodapon, Deputy Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the NASA, a Human Adventure exhibition, affords everyone the opportunity to experience the proud history of mankind's attempts to explore space. The exhibition also reflects on the fond relations between Thailand and the United States, which has now been ongoing for 180 years. The exhibition boasts displays of spacesuits, satellites, rovers, robots, astronauts' food, and space toilets. A highlight is the G4 simulator that is open for visitors to try. The exhibition will remain open until February 1st of 2015. Investments made in 2015 by both the state and private sectors will center on transportation infrastructure that include dual-track railways, electric trains, and motorways, according to Finance Minister Somai Pasi. Mr. Somai was speaking about next year's investment prospects at Asia Wealth Forum 2015 Investment Outlook, which was held on Monday. According to him, investment by the state and private sectors will center on the dual-track railways project, the various electric train lines in Greater Bangkok, and the Pattaya Maptaput and Bangyai Kanchanaburi motorways in 2015. Minister Somai also expects the investment value in the Thai stock market to increase next year because of better expansion of the economy, a recovery in exports driven by a recovery in the United States economy, and the expected scale-up of quantitative easing measures in Europe and Japan. Funds injected into state sector investment projects are also expected to spur private sector investments and contribute to a rise in listed companies' profits. The Ministry of Commerce will promote Thai export by matching the businesses with foreign importers from around the world in hopes of boosting growth to 4% in 2015 as targeted. Commerce Minister General Chachai Sarikanya said importers from 15 countries have accepted the invitation from his ministry to join a business matching program designed to help them find desired products in a pool of over 100 Thai manufacturers and exporters. General Chachai said importers overseas, especially in North America, Europe, Latin America, and Africa, still have confidence in products from Thailand and consider them important to their country's economic growth. Popular exported items are food, beverages, rice products, home appliances, and jewelry. The Commerce Minister said the projected export growth for next year will be maintained at 4%, and measures will be implemented to ensure the target is met. The ministry will also pay more attention to trade with neighboring nations. The National Legislative Assembly, or NLA, is set to conclude a list of suggestions on the new charter given by its members before submitting it to the National Reform Council, or NRC, on the 15th of December. According to the second vice president of the National Legislative Body, Surachai Liengbunlerchai, a committee in charge of gathering input from members of the NLA on the drafting of the new constitution has been established and is now working to fulfill its purpose. The committee, which is chaired by Mr. Surachai himself, has already collected opinions from 16 standing committees and will forward them to the Reform Council by December 15th, after which the NRC will present them to the Constitution Drafting Committee, or CDC. The second vice president added that from this point on, the work of the NLA will be more intense, as it is required to deliberate and pass a number of bills in accordance with the policies given by the National Council for Peace and Order, or NCPO, and the government. He went on to say that the NLA has already deliberated a total of 30 draft bills that were proposed by the government, while giving a strong assurance that the lawmakers will be extra cautious and uphold the maximum interest of the public when passing a law. The National Reform Council, or NRC, is scheduled to forward their suggestions on the new constitution to the Constitutional Drafting Committee, or CDC, on the 19th of December. Secretary to the NRC Whip, Alongkorn Polabut, expressed his confidence that the NRC will be able to submit the report by the time frame since all steps are proceeding as planned. According to the schedule, the report of opinions and suggestions from NRC committees will be submitted to the NRC chairman by the 10th of December, to be followed by a 3-day meeting to draw up a summary from the 15th to the 17th of December. Then, on the 19th of December, the NRC will forward the final report to the CDC, said Alongon. He also explained that the report submission is in conformity with the Constitution, which stipulates that the NRC suggestions form a significant process before the CDC starts writing the permanent Constitution. After the new Constitution is complete, expected by the 4th of September 2015, it will be presented to the King for royal endorsement, after which organic laws, including that for the general elections, will be issued. The eastern province of Chanthaburi has launched the 11th World Jewelry Fair and also the Khongdi Mangdan Fair, which were attended by a large number of visitors on the weekend. The event began on Saturday in extravaganza style and will continue until the 7th of December at Chanthaburi Gems and Jewelry Center in the heart of the city. The event is a combined effort by the Chanthaburi Gems and Jewelry Traders Association, the Provincial Administration, other local administrative offices, and the Tourism Authority of Thailand. The organizers said the aim was to promote the Chanthaburi gems and jewelry industry at an international level and stimulate the local economy and tourism. Ms. Sirikan Nanthalsang, a jewelry shop owner, said over the weekend that the sales value increased by more than 30%. The city also invited Thais and foreign visitors to visit its newly constructed Gems and Jewelry Museum, claimed to be the biggest in Asia. And that's the end of today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. It's time for a break, but first, here's a look at the exchange rates and commodity prices.
To maintain a strong nation, Thailand is promoting 12 core values for the good of the people. The sixth core value, maintaining moral integrity, considerateness, generosity, and sharing.
How could you do that to me? Stop it! Huh? Don't you get it? I don't need you anymore. Enough! We're through. There's someone else in my life.
Say no to the past. Bring your own bag. Say no to plastic.
Faithful Buddhists are invited to donate to the building of a huge Buddha statue known as Praputta Metta. It's to be constructed at Tepratan Temple, Soi Dao, Chanthaburi. With a 20,000 baht donation, the donor's name will be engraved on the foundations of the statue. Those wishing to contribute may make their donations at the Royal Thai Embassy or at the Consulate General in each country, 7-Eleven convenience stores and stores with counter service signs, Rung Thai Bank, Siam Commercial Bank, or Bangkok Bank. Please contact the phone numbers shown for more details.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline. The first international railway passage linking southwest China's Yunnan province with Vietnam went into operation yesterday morning. The railway connecting Yunnan's Mengzi County and the Vietnam-China border county of Heko runs for 141 kilometers and can shorten the travel time between the provincial capital city of Kunming and Heko to 5.5 hours from the previous 18 hours. The Mengzi-Heko Railway is expected to raise freight handling capacity by 7 times. Passenger trains are set to go into operation in mid-December. The railway is part of the Eastern Line of the planned Pan-Asia Railway Network, an international railway project that also consists of Central and Western lines. The first international railway passage linking southwest China's Yunnan province with Vietnam went into operation yesterday morning. And now for a look at what is happening in the rest of the world. South Korean government convened an emergency meeting on Monday in Seoul after a South Korean fishing boat sank in the Bering Sea off the coast of Russia's far eastern Chukotka. One person was killed and the fate of more than 50 others was unknown after the vessel sank, officials said on Monday. The South Korean Fisheries Ministry said the 36-year-old vessel, operated by Sajo Industries, had 60 people on board, including 1 Russian, 11 South Koreans, 13 Filipinos, and 35 Indonesians. It said the dead person was a South Korean and that those rescued included the Russian. It said the rescue operation was hampered by bad weather conditions. Officials from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries, as well as the Ministry of Public Safety and Security, gathered at the government complex in Seoul on Monday to discuss countermeasures to deal with the accident. The World Health Organization's Assistant Director General Bruce Aylward yesterday said Sierra Leone does not yet have enough beds in treatment centers to isolate Ebola patients in the west of the country, but the opening of many new facilities in the next few weeks makes its prognosis very good. Unlike the other worst-hit countries, Guinea and Liberia, Sierra Leone has failed to slow or stabilize the spread of the epidemic, raising concerns that it may be a weak link in the defense against the virus. The official said despite concerns about Sierra Leone, the country was on track to contain the outbreak. 2 months ago, the United Nations set a target of having 70% of Ebola victims buried safely and 70% of Ebola patients treated in isolation beds within 60 days. Those 2 goals are seen as the key to halting the spread of the epidemic. Guinea and Liberia have met both targets, but some areas in the west of Sierra Leone have still not done so, which Aylward said accounted for the continued spread of the disease. And that's it for today's edition of Newsline. For any comments or suggestions, please feel free to email them to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook by simply typing in NNT. And you can check out our website at thainews.prd.go.th/newsing. We're saying goodbye today with a strawberry field in Pisnulok province. Have a great day. I'm Sand Rahan Utsaha. Sawadee ka.